How to implement jump statements in Java. Jump statements in Java are used to transfer control or workflow from one part of the program to another. We know in programming, the control flow or workflow comes line by line. First the statement 1 will execute, then the statement 2 will execute. But if the jump statement encountered, then the workflow will get changed. This statement enables programmers to change the flow of execution under certain conditions. To make code more dynamic and flexible, programmers use it. So in Java, we will get three types of jump statements. The first one will be the break statement. If the break statement is encountered, then the loop or switch will terminate prematurely. Before naturally ending the loop or switch, it will terminate forcefully. Continue. If any case the continue statement is encountered, then the iteration of that line will be skipped. In any loop, if there is the continue, the iteration will be skipped. It is simple. Return. We all know the return statement in functions classes. We have used the return. In return, the data which is coming in a function will return to the caller function. So we will see all of these three methods implementing in a Java programming. So let us check the Java program. In the Java program, we have taken four functions. Right? The function break. The function break will illustrate the break statement in a for loop. Function continue will illustrate the continue statement in a for loop, and return will return a certain value which will come to the main function. And in the main function, what we will do? We will simply implement these three user defined functions. So let us check with the break function. But please make note that the break syntax will be the simple break, break, with semicolon. Don't forget to add the semicolon because this is very much important. Okay, so let us move ahead directly to the code snippet. So here is the code snippet. Here we are implementing the break function. In the break function, we are implementing a for loop which will execute for 5 times from I1 to I5. In this meanwhile, if I equal to 2, this is the equal to symbol, not the assignment symbol. We are not assigning value 2 to value I. We are checking if value 2 is the value I. Means if a value I encountered the value 2. If the value 2 is coming to the value I, then what will happen? Then this statement will be printed. This statement will print that we will use the break at the loop I and then the break. So simply what will happen? The for loop will execute from I1, I2, I3. This will go on. And in the meantime, when I become 2, then this condition will be executed, and under this condition the break will encounter, and hence this complete for loop will be exited prematurely. But in the meantime, you can see there is another print function we are taking. This print function what will do, when the I is not equal to 2, I might be I1, I3, anything, then this line should be evaluated. But as we have made the I equal to 2, then when I will be 1, this condition will not be true, so that this statement will execute. This statement will print. In the next iteration, when I become 2, this statement will verified. This statement will become true, and hence this will not execute, and this block will execute, and break statement will encounter, and hence this function will end. This is the simple operation of break. When break is encountered, the loop will end. Whatever it is made there, whatever it is written after or before the break, it will not check, it will end. simply it will end. Now let us move ahead for the continue. Let's check the continue code snippet. See, the continue function we have defined. Now in this continue function as well, the for loop is executing. In the for loop, the I from 1 and I will check to the 5. In the meantime, the if function is developed. This if function, what will do? It will check if the I is the even value or not. This is the modulus operator. I hope you all know that. This is the modulus operator. So if the value is an even value in the iteration, if I becomes the even value, then this block will be executed. In this block, it will print encountered continue, and the continue statement will encounter, means the continue statement will come. What will happen in the iteration? When the even value will come, it will print the encountered continue, and as soon as it will come to the continue, it will go to the next iteration. That means, let's take a simple example. For I equal to 1, for I equal to 1, this condition will not work. For that, the I equal to 1 will execute this odd value I. So I1 will be printed. For I equal to 2, for the I equal to 2, this condition will be satisfied. For that purpose, this block will execute, and in this case the encountered continue will be printed, not this line will be printed. I hope I can clear the thing. For even values 2, 4, etc., this condition will be verified, and once this condition is verified, these two lines will be executed, encountered continue and continue. It will print encountered continue, and as soon as it will come to the continue, this line will not execute. We will clear it more when we will go to the programming implementation. In the return, let's move to the return. It is the simple code. We have taken the return function where one argument zap is there. It is the integer argument. Now we are doing just the square. Zap into zap, and the value will come to the return. And value will come to the main function using the return. This is the simple thing. Now in the main function, we will call back to back 3 functions. First the break function, second the continue function, and in third the return function will be called. But as in the return, it will take our argument, integer argument, we will share the number 5. So number 5 will go to the return, and the return value will be printed in the main function. Now let us understand this with our program execution. Here we have taken one online Java compiler, but if you want, you can do with any other local compiler like Eclipse. See, here whatever we have discussed till now are pasted here. See, it is the break function, this is the continue function, this is the return function, and this is the main function. Whatever we have discussed till now is present here. So we will simply, what we will do, we'll execute it, and let's check what's the output is coming. See, first it is saying, demonstrating the break statement. So we are going with the break first. Values before break 1. As I have mentioned before, when the value I is equal to 1, this condition is not true. This condition will become the false. That is the reason this line will be printed. Values before break, value 1 is coming, right? But when the I will be 2, the I will become the 2 by incrementing I plus plus, then this condition will be satisfied. And as soon as this condition will be satisfied, it will print this. We will use break at loop. See here, we will use break at loop 2. This is printing, this is getting printed, and the break statement will encountered. As soon as the break statement is encountered, this complete function will end. As in this function there is only a for loop is present, that's why its complete function is ended. For this function it is complete. Now let's move to the next one, demonstrating the continue statement. Right, in the continue statement what we have said, the odd values will come. See, check, the odd values is coming, odd value 1, odd value 3, odd value 5, and all even values are completely erased, and instead that encountered continue is coming. Why it is so? Because for I equal to 1 this condition will not true. For that this line will be printed odd value. For I equal to 3 this condition will not be true, that's why this is printed. For I equal to 5 this condition will not be true, this line will be printed. That's why we are saying the odd values, 3 odd values here, right? But when the value is even like I2 or I4, this condition will be satisfied. As soon as this condition is satisfied, this print statement will execute. Encountered continue. See, here we are getting encountered continue for value 2 and value 4, even values. Then the continue. The continue will not terminate the loop. The continue instead skip the iteration and make the for loop end naturally. That means this continue will not break the for loop, rather it will skip this iteration and make it forced to go to I3. For I2 this comes, so go to the I3. For I4 this continue comes, so go to I5. In this way this goes. For in break and continue there is a separation, there is a difference. Break exits, break prematurely end the loop, but continue don't end the loop prematurely but skips one iteration. Last but not the least one, the returned value. Here we are getting the returned equal to 25. Here what we are doing, the return 5 is going to the return function, return 5 is going to the return function, and here we are multiplying or getting the square. 5 into 5 we are getting the zap into zap, or that means the 5 into 5 we are getting the return, and this return value 25 value will come here directly here, and as it is in the print statement it will be printed. So I hope this complete tutorial is enough to clear the jump statements on Java. Keep in mind that the break statement and continue statement are two different things. Break ends the loop and continue skips the iteration. So this tutorial up to this, we will meet you later. So happy learning, goodbye.